Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to talk about some NFL news. I got a haircut today. Fresh cut. I was out most of the day, just, I ate at Applebee's, went shopping, so, shit like that. So, let's get to the NFL news. So, now I'm home, let's get to the NFL stuff here. So Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, he was asked about Taylor Swift's relationship with the star tight end Travis Kelce, and he said, end quote, "She's just part of Chiefs Kingdom, and she's part of the team," end quote. She's on the team. Since when? Since when, Patrick Mahomes? Since when was she part of the team? I mean, probably can't be worse than Kadarius Toney on offense. Probably actually catch the ball. She's not part of the team. She's just dating the star tight end of the fucking football team. So, both hashtag Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. This is a topic from story from yesterday I didn't talk about because it came out as soon as the end of the freaking video. And running back Jonathan Taylor, they participated in practice yesterday, and there's a good chance they'll play Sunday. An update: hashtag Colts running back Jonathan Taylor's thumb has no injury designation after practicing fully all week, per Ian Rappaport, and Jonathan Taylor will play this week. So he's probably going to rush for like 19, probably going to run like 19 times for like 50 yards and manage to get 2 touchdowns. But it's good for the Colts that Jonathan Taylor's back. It's really good for him, because they need Jonathan Taylor. I mean, they have a winning record, though, without him, so, but it'd be good to have a luxury to have Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss. And 2 other good running backs have as well. They have a really good running back core. So, per report, hashtag Seahawks practice squad offensive lineman Joey Hunt was fined $1,610 by the NFL for unsportsmanlike conduct per Adam Schefter. The NFL Pro Racing standard fine for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. So, not A.J. Brown for getting up in his face. Man, those Ole Miss wide receivers got some freaking anger issues. No fine for A.J. Brown? Like, he got up in his freaking face. Like, well, I mean, Joey Hunt did kind of, shoulder him, but you gotta find A.J. Brown too, stay consistent. So, 49ers defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw, he speaked up about extremely tough childhood, and he basically said, end quote, "Coming home to no power, seeing people die on the street, school's a joke. You got so much going on that people don't realize." Yeah, some people, you got so much going on that people don't realize, like, when you're at school, stuff like that. Like your childhood. People just don't realize sometimes you don't know what people are going through, so. So, per report, the hashtag Eagles were, quote, "the most miserable 10-1 team ever." A source close to the team tells @Philly Inquirer. How do you think things are holding up after losing 3 straight games? Eagles, Super Bowls, they're in jeopardy. I don't think they're going to make it this year. They better get their act together and win those last 3 games. Their head coach is out here relying on referees to freaking make calls for him because, remember Nick Sirianni saying that in his press conference or whatever, they threw the football up hoping for a pass interference. I don't know how you don't trust Jake Elliott there. One of the best hitters in the NFL. But they better get their freaking act together. If not, they might be a first-round exit. They just don't play with that joy like last year. They're not playing with it. You can watch the team for one. They don't have the same energies last year, just out there playing football and not enjoying it anymore. And I think that Super Bowl loss really got to them. I really do. So an update on Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr. head with a head injury will play Week 16 via Shane Steichen. He ain't gonna miss any games. So Michael Pittman Jr. will play in Week 16. So we have an update, some more NFL draft news. Olu Fashanu has officially declared for the 2024 hashtag NFL draft, and he's going to be likely, I feel like, a top 10 to 15 pick in this draft. And I feel like the Commanders are definitely a team that could take him, because he's very good. He had a breakout sophomore season. The pass blocking, he quickly sets up in pass pro and he moves well laterally. Run blocking, he gets good push as a drive blocker, and he good positioning and sustain. And the bottom line, he looks like the next great left tackle prospect. I'd compare him to, say, like Trent Williams. Like, he has good strength, intangibles, good at pass blocking, run blocking, everything you want out of an offensive lineman, like a generational offensive lineman. And in the top 10 pick, like, this has to be a generational player taking the top 10 at left tackle, or he can play right tackle. Who knows? But yeah, he's declared for the draft. So, Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. spoke to the media about the big hit, and quote, "I don't think it was a legal hit. I think it's the pure grace of God that I was able to get up and walk," end quote. Everyone's all prayers up when someone gets paralyzed from a hit, but then they complain when a hit like that gets flagged or someone gets suspended. I don't know. I mean, you can get paralyzed playing any type of hit. It doesn't matter if it's just that hit. You can get paralyzed doing any hit. Minshew kind of just gave him a hospital pass. Like, he threw it too far, which led to that big hit. Maybe ask Garner not to throw hospital passes to prevent future concussions. Most sacks entering Week 16, a minimum of 12. T.J. Watt with 16. Daniel Hunter with 15.5. Khalil Mack and Trey Hendrickson each have 15, 13.5 for Max Crosby. Josh Allen, 13 for Myles Garrett, 12.5 for Micah Parsons and Jonathan Grenard. Montez Sweat with 12.5, and Justin Matabuke with 12. I know people will be like, "Oh, Mike Parsons only has 12.5. He would have a lot more if he didn't get freaking held every play." So an update, the hashtag Chargers cut starting defensive tackle Sebastian Joseph Day. Contending teams should definitely take a look, because he's a really good run stopper, and the Cowboys should definitely take a look at this guy, because he's a really good run defender. He's been a bright spot for the Chargers defensively this year. The Chargers should definitely, the Cowboys, my Dallas Cowboys should definitely take a look into getting him, because he's a really good run defender, and the Cowboys desperately need run defense. So, per report, per Ian Rappaport, the hashtag Falcons have been fined $75,000 along with head coach Arthur Smith $25,000 for violating the NFL injury report policy before their Week 7 game against the hashtag Buccaneers, so $100,000 in fines. So the Falcons have been fined $75,000, Arthur Smith $25,000. Yeah, he should be fined for his offensive use of Bijan, Pitts, and London. Fire Arthur Smith. Fine him for being a bad coach. So, pre-report, QB Zach Wilson, I'm about to say freaking Jack Wilson. Zach Wilson, concussion, will miss Sunday's game. It's not really a report, like the team freaking announced it. And it doesn't matter if it starts quarterback, they're going to freaking lose. Even playing the freaking Commanders, they'll lose. Most interceptions thrown entering Week 16. Sam Howell with 15, Josh Allen with 14, Patrick Mahomes with 13, Jalen Hurts with 12, Mac Jones with 12, Jordan Love with 11, Tua with 10, Trevor Lawrence with 10, Jared Goff with 10, Desmond Ridder with 10, Josh Dobbs. Only played a freaking few games, 10 interceptions. Oh, but I thought Dak was a turnover machine. According to the media.
Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune's water systems may have been infected and contaminated by
I feel like quarterback plays just down all around this year. Like, so many turnovers here. A bunch of quarterbacks with like 10 or more interceptions. Trending, Rams poking the code needs 147 yards in his final 2 games to break the record for most receiving yards by a rookie in NFL history. The current record holder is Lions Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford, which isn't a coincidence. It's a QB for both.
So if you've been
Now, his QB that year was Kitna. Man, this dude knows nothing. What a freaking loser. Hate to spread false information like that from Dolph Kleeman. Bill Groman, like, ever in the Super Bowl era is Jamar Chase to correct Dolph Kleeman, actually. Calvin Johnson had 750 receiving yards in his rookie year, and Kitna was his quarterback, so there's a correction. Dude knows nothing. Trending. Former Steelers safeties Ryan Clark thinks Mike Tomlin should leave the Steelers, and quote, Coach Tomlin should now move on from Pittsburgh. He shouldn't do it there anymore. He means he's going to reinvent himself, honestly. He's coaching like it's the 90s, and he's never adapted to the new age of football. So he's right. They need to freaking get a new coach. Mike Tomlin's not it. He's not a good coach. So, trending. Giants running back Saquon Barkley speaks up about going 0-3 against the hashtag Eagles last season. I don't think that sits well in anybody's stomach. We hate saying that. We hate answering the questions. How would it feel to win in Philly or to not beat Philly? We're sick and tired of it. The Giants play the Eagles this upcoming Monday in Philadelphia. Well, hopefully they can beat them, because those Cowboy fans need that Giants win. And we need our Cowboys to beat the Dolphins. And we need a Ravens win. Trending. Hashtag Rams running back Kyren Williams is officially the second running back this season to pass 1,000 rushing yards. Christian McCaffrey was the first. Williams also missed 4 games this year and cracked over 1,000 yards. He proved himself to everyone. I owe you an apology, Mr. Williams. I wasn't really familiar with your game. The last Rams running back to have 1K was Todd Gurley in 2018. So, Raiders cornerback Jack Jones on how to beat Patrick Mahomes and hashtag Chiefs. And quote, we're not worried about them. It's Patrick Mahomes. We've got to stop. You stop the magician, then the act is over. The Raiders will have 6 straight against them, including a 31-17 loss last month. I don't think that's what he said. Okay, he basically took his words out of context. But he said he's not focused on the receivers. He said if you want to stop the Chiefs, you have to stop Mahomes. Is basically what he was saying. Kind of a quote taken out of context. But yeah, you take out the receivers, which means you could leave the receivers open and they'd freaking drop every pass. But yeah, that's what he meant. Matthew Stafford's been freaking ridiculous in his last 5 games. 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1,388 yards, and a 66 completion percentage. Most underrated, 14 touchdowns actually, like, he's been freaking great these last, 5 games. Like, dominant. So, Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson reportedly upset with the Jets' wasted season this year, saying it had, quote, taken a toll on him. He's only had 3 TDs so far this season. I mean, that's what happens when your star quarterback goes down on the 3rd play of the year and you freaking go to Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle. And your offensive line's not too good. Let's give the quarterback time to throw. Trending. Hashtag Cowboys defensive end Michael Parsons told media Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill gifted him some extra game tickets for his family this Sunday after being asked about guarding Tyreek Hill on Christmas Eve. I know I've got to run faster than I ever have all year. I might hit a miles per hour max speed chasing someone like him. Your conditioning has got to be a little bit higher, especially with him, Waddle and all the dynamic players and running backs they have. Well, hopefully, I just don't care. I don't really care about that. Hopefully we win. I don't care. I just hope we win that freaking game. Update. Hashtag Bengals QB Joe Burrow completed surgery to repair a tear in the scapholinate ligament on his right wrist. The timeline for his return is 4 to 6 months, so it looks like Joe Burrow will be back next season. Former Packers kicker Mason Crosby signed with the Giants to replace Cade York, who is now the 3rd Giants kicker this season, going into reserve. And York, who was scheduled to make his Giants debut Monday in Philadelphia, entered his quad in practice Thursday. He now joins Graham Gano, knee surgery, and Randy Bullock hamstring injury. So his range is probably like 45 yards at max. The Texans have officially ruled out QB C.J. Stroud for Sunday's game versus the Browns. The Jags are officially listing Trevor Lawrence as questionable for Sunday's game due to his concussion and ankle injury. After not playing the past 2 games due to his groin injury, Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith is off this week's injury report, and he's going to start versus the Titans. That's 3 players. The Patriots are listing out is Ramondre Stevenson, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Jabril Peppers. 3 players out there for the Patriots. And Brian Robinson is out for the game versus the Jets, and then Trevor Samuel starts Sunday versus the Commanders. So that's all the NFL shit I'm going to talk about here. So until next time, peace.